Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Harizal Iman bin Muhammad Ratib with metric number 9192475. So I've been talking about the most common crime in Malaysia. So are you guys ready? Let's go. Alright, as for today, I'm going to elaborate a little bit more or less about the most common crime in Malaysia. So, do you realize that when we wake up in the morning, we scroll our social media, we're prone to shake our head? Why? Because there's so much crimes that happens in our country. It is undeniable that crime has been so much aggressive nowadays. All we can see is people killing another people, raping, do bribery, scam another people, and a lot of things. So today I'm going to introduce to you some of the cases that you might have heard it. So the first one is the index crime. So the index crime can be defined as the crime that are reported with sufficient regularity and with sufficient significance to meaningful as an index to the crime situations. So in other words, that the index crime is the crimes that is regularly happens and it is common enough to be included in the index. So the index can be further divided into two, which is violent crime and property crime. Alright, so the violent crime constitute a murder, rape, robbery, gang robbery, causing harm, and assault. While the property crimes, we can constitute it to the house breaking in, theft, snatch theft, and vehicle theft. So mathematically speaking, the number of index crime is the sum of the number of property and the violent crime. For a crime to be classified into the index crime, it has to be reported to the police. Crimes that are not reported are not included in the index. It must be understood that the index crime classification differ between countries. This is because the regularity of the crime is unique to the particular country. Right, so the statistic shows the index, property, and the violent crime stand in Malaysia. So for the property crimes, it consists of 85% of index crime in Malaysia. It shows more volatile pattern as compared to the violent crimes. The two peaks in the number of the reported property crime cases are consistent with the period of the economic downturn in the country, namely the Asian and global financial crime respectively. It shows this is possible correlation between property crimes and economic situation in Malaysia. This pattern suggests that the property crimes are largely income and money driven. So the violent crime on the other hand are also dependent on other behavioral factors such as psychopathy, impulsivity, low self-control, and aggressive behavior. Here we go to the first violent crime, which is the homicide. So what is the homicide is? Homicide is the act of killing another person, and it requires a volitional act by someone in order to kill these persons and result in death. So a homicide can be divided into two major categories, which is the murder and manslaughter. So for the murder, it is the most serious cases which the persons kill another persons with intentions and will get the punishment required. So for the manslaughter, the person killed another persons, but it is unintentionally. Okay, for instance, if someone with the firearms wants to kill you or threatens you, but in order to protect yourself, you kill them. So it is what we call as the manslaughter. Alright, so recently we have many cases regarding the murder cases. So one of them is the minor murder cases in Tapah July 3rd, where a policeman have arrested two men in connection with the murder of a woman whose body was found in an oil pump asset along a Jalan Bidor Sungai in Sleepy Town. There is also a murder cases regarding the kidnapped Datuk Seri businessman on Rawang on June 2020. Baby dumping also is a part of homicide in which it has been a hot topic in Malaysia with more cases being reported recently. On July 10, an 18-year-old college student was charged with murdering her newborn daughter by tossing the baby out of her 13th floor apartment unit at Ayat Hitam, Penang. On 15th of July, a newborn baby girl with her umbilical cord still attached was found in the trash can at Kampung Teluk Ketapang Market in Terengganu. So we can see that most of these are mainly from the underage girl, which is facing the unwanted pregnancy and facing a stigma in which he doesn't want being pregnant in such a young age, and it also because of the lack of knowledge of sexual educations and support from their loved ones. Okay, next is social assault. Okay, sexual assault, or another name is rape. It is a forced sex in which you want to have the forced sex without another person's consent. So it is a very punishable crime. I'm pretty sure that most of us have heard about the rape cases in which a father have raped his own daughter and a girl has been repeatedly raped by a bunch of men. Okay, next is armed robbery. Right, so armed robbery is a group of robbers that tries to rob a bank or a shop using a weapon such as knife or a gun, and they might threaten people or they might hurt people using the weapons. So this is what we call as armed robbery. Okay, then with the index crime, so we go to the white collar crime. Okay, so what is the white collar crime is? So white collar crime is a non-violent crime and it is committed for the financial gain, and it doesn't involve any physically hurt or physically threatened. Okay, so for the most common cases in Malaysia for the white collar crime is bribery. Okay, bribery is when you offer a lot of money in favor of something nice. For example, you offer a lot of money to police officers or to politicians to get your work done. So a person who offering bribery or accepting bribery is considered as a crime. Alright, so bribery has been very synonym in our country, in Malaysia, and the organization MACC, which is the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commissions, reported many cases regarding the bribery. Alright, so there is one cases which is there is two men arrested on suspicious of bribery amounting to 75,000 ringgit Malaysia recently. So next we have the investment scam. So investment scam in which when organizations or a persons that wants you to invest your money, and in return you will get the double money that you invest, but it is a completely scam. It is a completely fraud. So this is one of the methods that the person or the organizations want to steal your money, but in fact it is a completely scam. Right, so recently we have received a news about the teachers in Kuantan Pahang that involved in online love scammings, which caused her to lose her money about 100,000 ringgit. Okay, so that's all for the most common crime in Malaysia. So I hope you acknowledge and gain some information for what I have said, and I hope you guys take care of yourself, because crime can happen every time and anywhere. So I left you guys with the video with the incredible crimes that ever caught in camera.
Run.